Papasquatjon coming at you. Oh, what is happening here with my video? Let me reload this page. We're going to listen to a song from Sewerperson. This was sent in by one of my patrons, Paranoid Android. Thank you, patrons, for everything that you do. I just was talking about this in the end of the last video, but I just looked at my current patron count. I'm at 92 paid patrons and 99 overall, so there's 7 people who are just following along to see what I post. If you would like to become a patron, you could become my 100th patron or my 93rd, and that would be awesome. That would be like super awesome. It's $2 a month. I'll stop talking about that now. We're at 39,560 subscribers, so we're 440 people away from 40,000. And I'll do another info dump at 40,000, just about the channel and what's going on with it, the behind the scenes sort of thing. And yeah, they're usually kind of interesting, I think. I talk about myself a little bit because people have questions or have had questions in the past. If you have questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I read all the comments, and I will attempt to answer any questions you might have. That'd be fun. Give me something a little bit different to talk about, instead of just the normal stuff. I was born in Burlington, Wisconsin. I grew up on Emerson Street. I went to school in Madison, Wisconsin. I moved to Seattle in the year 2001. Let's get into this. So this is Sewerperson. The song is Bad Weather, produced by Milodrama and splashgvng, I assume? Splashgvng? Is that a Y? No, it's a V, so it's splashgvng. I don't know anything about them. Sewerperson, I know quite well. We have listened to a lot of Sewerperson music. This was kind of funny. When Paranoid Android sent this in, he sent in one track, and then he sent in another track, and he said, you know what, never mind. Listen to Bad Weather. And I'll do the other tracks too, but I wanted to do this one first because this is the one that clearly he was most interested in me reacting to. What did I just say? Came out in 2021, and it is labeled. It is labeled. It's not from an album. Pop, rap, emo pop, and emo rap. So that all makes sense. There were a few different versions of this on YouTube, and I chose the one from Static because I know I have seen videos before from Static doing lyric videos, and so I trusted what was going to be here. So that's what we're listening to. 230,000 views on this version of the song. So let's do this. Bad Weather from Sewerperson, and thanks again to Paranoid Android and all of my patrons very much. 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Let's go.
Well, I guess this is how the world gets even. Could've died that night, but we're breathing still. Well, I must believe now if I had never. Without the shelter overhead, we're at the weather's will. But you know I know you so much better than however much a person X could ever. I guess you want, but I'm so fine with how I never.
So I am assuming this is going to go boom and have something come in and kind of spice this up a little bit. Not that I mind what it's doing right now, but I wanted to stop it right there because it's interesting, because if I weren't listening to this with a video, if I were just listening to this song on its own, which is how I like to try and imagine I'm listening to this, this sounds like a song he's playing in the middle of a park with birds and people around playing in the background doing whatever, and the wind blowing, because I kind of hear that sort of thing going on. So the dark video that's sort of twilight, nighttime, walking through the streets is a little weird to me, because the song sounds kind of up. His vocals are very sing-songy, so it's an interesting juxtapositioning here, but I do like what I'm hearing, and there were some cool lyrics. He's a very good lyricist, and the way he gets all these words out is kind of incredible, because they're not easy. I backed up a little bit. Let's keep going.
The shelter overhead, we're at the weather's will. But you know I know you so much better than however much a person X could ever. I guess you want, but I'm so fine with how I never will. Sure, he's just somebody that don't work without
absolutely love the piano.
Swear I'll be thick-skinned come tragedy. I'm slip painted to these broken heart melodies. Storm clouds on this windless night. I can hear the whole talk this time. Off the lake through this pale moonlight, I know I was bound to accept this blight. I know I hold my heart in my own two hands so well. Filled with glue and duct tape, I apply myself. I think I'll just save the tears for when I'm by myself. In my head, I never guessed I would've lost myself. It's okay, we're just fine. And this whiskey inside of me is sunlight. I can't wait for my time, but till then I step through landmines. But I get by and I'll survive. And when I die, wait for you to reach my side. And I can't lie, I've been torn up, but in time we always heal and we grow up. I trip and I fall on my own 2 feet. Everything described is always never what it seems. So I look great through this hardship road, but whenever I talk, I feel the height of blue. I guess this is how the world gets even. Could've died that night, but we're breathing still. Well, I must believe now if I had never. Without the shelter overhead, we're at the weather's will. But you know I know you so much better than however much a person next could ever. I guess you won't, but I'm so fine with how I never will. Sure, he's just something that don't work without a glory. Storm clouds on his windless night. I can hear the whole talk this time. Off the lake through this pale moonlight, I know I was bound to accept this blight. I know I hold my heart in my own two hands so well. Filled with glue and duct tape, I apply myself. I think I'll just save the tears for when I'm by myself. In my head, I never guessed I would've lost myself. I guess this is how the world gets even. Could've died that night, but we're breathing still. Well, I must leave now if I had never. Without the shelter overhead, we're at the weather's will.
Great song. What a great. Getting downloaded, just going on my favorites. That is a really good song. Because it's one of it's. I guess I have a thing for this. I have a thing for songs that sound like light and happy, and aren't really. At least aren't about a light and happy thing. I like how that plays with your expectation, right? There's a song by XTC called Sacrificial Bonfire. And I always think it's so funny because it's like, Sacrificial Bonfire, and it's just this weird, like, celebratory thing. And Sacrificial Bonfire, not really a happy thing. And I think the lyrics in that are really weird too. Is that the song where he talks about the day you died in the shopping line? And it's just fantastic. I love XTC. But this does the same sort of thing. Some great lyrics in this. Well, I guess this is how the world gets even. What a wonderful first line to a song. I guess this is how the world gets even. And that's true. Because if you keep living, the world will even you right the fuck out. We could have died that night, so something happened, but we're breathing still. Don't know what happened. Well, I must believe now, if I had never, without the shelter overhead, we're at the... Well, I must believe now, if I had never believed? I'm not sure. If I had never done something? I'm not sure about that. Whether without the shelter overhead, we're at the weather's will. And the song is called Bad Weather. But you know I know you so much better than however much the person next could ever. Also, great line. And I think he's written a number of songs about this, about some breakup that he had that at least a couple of years ago he was still somewhat fixated on. Or at least he's mined to get a lot of, oh hey, my light is off, to get a lot of value out of, in terms, a lot of mileage out of, in terms of his music and his creativity, is the whole idea of like this somebody who really he had a relationship with, and he doesn't think anybody's ever going to know that person as well as he did. And I know he's mentioned that in other songs. And I don't know if that's necessarily true. You probably have been in similar relationships where you feel like you know that person better than anyone else, and then something goes to shit, and the relationship ends, and you still feel like you have special knowledge about them, right? Even though you may not have seen them now in years, but you're certain that nobody could know that person as well as you do, as you did. But ultimately, it doesn't fucking matter, right? Because they're gone, and they're not that person anymore. Obviously, they're not your person anymore. It sucks. It sucks. And then you find out exactly what that person was like. They were not the right person for you. And it's sad. I mean, it is sad. It makes me sad. It definitely makes me think of my waste of a life of an ex-wife. I hope nobody ever gets to know her as well as I knew her, because they'll pay for it in very, very bad ways. She's a terrible person. Oh, so nice. Love turned to hatred. Great song. I also like this line. I swear I'll be thick-skinned come tragedy and flip pain into these heartbroken melodies. He knows what he's doing. I'm turning this pain into something else, into this heartbroken melody, and he's got the perfect voice for it. Just, oh, his voice is so good. I love his voice. Because it feels like the screeching that I do inside, and sometimes outside, when I'm hurt. It's just so good. It really gets me. It really gets me. Great song, man. I think he watches some, if not all of these videos. I'm not sure. He and I have traded a couple of emails, and fuck, he's just so talented, and I really enjoy his music. I can't wait to. Oh, I have to check out. He's got a new album coming out in just a few days. The Elixir. Sewerperson. If I can. There we go. The Elixir, lyrics and track list. Expected November 3rd, so that's coming out soon. I have so many like album reactions to do that I owe people, so I'm probably not going to get a chance to do this whole album, because I don't feel right doing that, because like I said, I've got other people's albums to do. I need to set aside time to do that. I've been very, very stressed out about not having a job, and so you would think, oh, you don't have a job, you could spend a bunch of time doing video reactions, right? Music reactions. No, because it doesn't feel right, and I don't feel like I could spend an hour or two doing a reaction to something. But now I start work on Wednesday, and so hopefully I will be able to set aside some time on the weekends to do some videos, longer ones. That is my hope. I am looking forward to this. 14 tracks. He and Nico North. I think Nico North was the producer on everything on this album. And one of these days, Sewerperson is going to blow up. Not in like a bad way. I mean in a good way. He's just too good. There you go. So keep this on your radar. The Elixir from Sewerperson is coming November 3rd. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. There's no way it's not. Thank you once again to Paranoid Android for recommending this. I've got your other recommendations too. I will be doing those. I love Sewerperson, so any excuse to listen to a couple more tracks of his, I got no problem with. Thanks very much. If you want to become a patron or send me some more music to listen to, CashApp and PayPal is one way to do that. Patreon is the other way to do that. $2 a month for Patreon. That's all I ask for. And so that's not much. $24 a year. Thanks very much, Pop Squat. Checking out. I'll be back with one more track. Who is it by? Oh, it's by Convoke. That's right. Come on back. Bye-bye.